Hello everyone, this is Western New York Fly Guy, and today we are going to be tying the Otter's egg pattern. It's a soft-bodied egg pattern that I use for Great Lakes steelhead and brown trout. And the only materials that you're going to need today is this glow bug yarn in the white color for the veil, and you're going to need some otter's eggs. You can get them in a variety of sizes and colors. Today we're going to be tying the 8mm size, and to do that I like to tie it on a size 10 or 12 hook. And today the threads we're going to be using either a red or shrimp pattern. Today we're going to use red. The red just gives it a nice accent against. So you're just going to start off with your thread, and you don't only want to go about halfway back. Nip off the extra. So then you're going to cut yourself a piece of egg yarn like this, and it's pretty thick. It's too thick for what we want. So we're going to just pull a little bit off. And the way this egg yarn comes, it's real thick. So what we're going to then do, we're just going to hold one end and pull off a whole bunch. Just continue to hold that end until you can't pull off anymore. And you're going to be left with a whole bunch of stuff like this. And it's thicker on one end, thinner on the other. So we're going to put the two thick ends together and just continue to pull off. That way, when your fly is in the water, the yarn won't come apart on you and your fly won't fall apart. So then select how much you want for your tail. You can always add more and trim it off later. This is probably about good for me. So it's pretty easy. You just tie it in like that, and then you want to flip the front end back a bit and tie that in. So both ends are going backwards. And what you're going to want to do here in this stage of the game is to whip finish. You're going to whip finish this right off. Then you're going to cut your thread. That way, when you put your otter egg pattern on, it'll just slide right over and you won't have to worry about your thread going over the little egg. So what you're going to do is you're just going to take the egg as best as possible and poke it right into the middle using the hook, right? See, I got it started here. And you just keep pushing until it goes all the way on, like so. And if it goes out past, where you have your egg yarn, that's fine. We want the egg to be kind of as close as possible to the front of the hook. As you can see, there's not much of a gap there. I'm using a size 12 hook, but it's good when the water is clear. So what you're going to do is you can push that back even farther, so you've got a little bit of space to tie in your thread. Tie in some thread, nip off your tag end again, and then you're going to just slide it forward a little bit. And you do want your egg to be over the yarn a little bit. I mean, not a ton, but a little. And you're going to pull the egg back. Pull the egg back as we bring the veil forward. And that way, when we tie it in, it'll be nice and tight. The egg will be nice and tight on the shank of the hook. You can even pull it back even more, so it's nice and tight. And then what you want to do is you want to take that thick end, and again, you're going to want to pull out all the extra, a whole bunch will come off. And that just goes to waste, unfortunately. But now you've got a real nice veil to work with. And then what you're going to do, you're going to take that veil and pull it back over the fly like this and tie it right down, right out in front. And you want to use pretty tight wraps. And it's perfectly alright if you don't capture all of that. See, I got a little bit of a little bit of white sticking out there from the yarn. That's okay. It's not a big deal. The fish aren't that picky. But if you're that picky, feel free. And then all you gotta do is whip finish, and you're almost done. After you snip off, you see you got quite a bit of tail here. It's a little bit too much for my liking. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna come in nicely and just cut it right off. And there you go. That's the otter egg pattern. I carry a lot of these in my box. All these rows are all otter egg flies. The spherical nature of the eggs themselves make them just irresistible to fish. So this is pretty much my go-to pattern, and that's all there is to the otter egg pattern. Thanks for watching, everyone, and tight lines.